So Nokia hype gods in the building. All
Noise.
right, bro. So Nokia, right? Really simple, right? Definitely after this spike, we've been waiting to see Nokia kind of come back up. Everybody was expecting, okay, this spike up was just gonna see some movement. But when we look at the bigger picture, right, when that spike up kind of came, at the end of the day, it's still respecting this right here, and this is your daily.
Mm-hmm.
So it's respecting these prices right here.
The
And this is
360.
kind of like that 380, 385. This is definitely a good it's a good zone to kind of definitely test your waters if you want to get in. I'm not saying definitely get in, but it's definitely we can definitely see the bounce. That's just how it's bouncing off technically. So now, right, this is what everybody's kind of what we've been waiting for, and definitely because I know we kind of got sucked in into this movement, and we bought in around we bought it in like around these
I
areas up here.
that whole downswing I bought.
Yeah, so we were betting on the definitely any of the all these supports and all these yeah, kind of all these supports to kick in, and they just broke right through it. But we definitely seen the movement now here, and we seeing how this one held right here. So this is kind of like the support that did hold. And now we're seeing the move up. So this is what I'm expecting from Nokia, just definitely just off the retracements on it. This is a really really good example of just confluence. If we do our line charts on the 4 hour, this green line is a 4 hour support and resistance, basically, and we can see a market right here. You see how it goes a little bit over here and a little bit over there, but and so we kind of put it like make sure that it has a little bit of this part and a little bit of this part to basically confirm it to be a strong support and resistance.
Mm-hmm.
And it, basically in short terms is basically it's support and resistance is a line where we see the market kind of just react. We see the market likes to do every when it touches this price, it did something to it, it reacted to it. Um, so just added with even the confluence of it. Now we see just the direct move, and this is the move we're all kind of been waiting for, and we're just cashing it all the way from the bottom. Right, this is where kind of we pull up our fibs to see how much this is going to retrace down. So we definitely see it right here. This is the start of the move. The this is the end of the move. So now we're seeing basically the retracement, and like anybody who basically are buying in around these prices right here is definitely a really really good price.
Yeah.
Just because it has like double confluences, right? We're definitely seeing the support hitting, and we're seeing the 38.2. But for us, right, we're definitely just long term holding it. Um, I could definitely see us trying to hit those $8 numbers that we're trying to get.
I'm just
You
hoping it
know?
happens. I hope that when it does happen, I would have doubled down a little bit more.
Yeah, more $8, bro. Definitely our TPs is like that 127, 670 around here.
That's it, but that 670 is
Yo,
not a
this wick
bad
though so
price.
crazy.
It's not a bad price if you're getting it between 380 and 470.
Bro, exactly. So this is kind of where this, even at this price right here, let's say if it does, you're able to catch a 470 something, 470 price, right? It's still a good price.
Yeah, because if it's gonna get to that six, I can see it getting to that six range easily. If not by the end of this year, then early next year. And who knows? It may have another Reddit day where it just bounces up.
Well, basically, yes, it could come down and retest these levels, right? Because right now it's just this is kind of like a nice little swing trade, right? It's a nice risk trade. You take proper risk management, right? You're definitely right. So basically, your risk to reward ratio, we definitely see this is how much you'll be willing to risk. This is basically your reward. A nice basically a 10. This is really really high. Definitely, if you're trying to get in between these these levels right here, and it just shows a lot of confluence. We definitely see prices is respecting this, so we're definitely hoping to see prices reversing and just continuing up, right? Continuing up, but I definitely see this being a buy. I was actually gonna go in and buy it more around here.
If I bought at
I
that
had
price,
an
I
alarm set up when it like when this happened.
yeah, 470,
Say it again.
470, 460.
Yeah, it's that 470.
I like that price. I mean, obviously, I want the 380, but the 470 is not bad.
The 470, yeah, and right, and remember what we were talking about before? It's just like just the fib and like basically the 100% retracement. So this even 380, right, is still like catches around here. This is still a good buy,
Mm.
even if it retraces all the way down here. But right, just if you do some studying on the fib, with you'll see that these points like 38, 61, 88, 78, and 100 are definitely basically points that you can see the market reversing. And this is just how bigger, more confluences. And look at this one right here. Look at this, bro. I drew the fib on the daily. This is the daily support and resistance, and look how it matches perfectly that 61.8.
Mm.
So let's say when prices do come around here and we start to see that prices is reversing. This is a nice little basically a nice little risk willing to take, and is a risk is going to be a higher percentage on your side for it to keep on going up.
Mm.
Just because we see the basically the daily support and the 61.8 retracement of this move.
So that's probably gonna go with whether there's good news, bad news, a new deal, no deal, they miss a deal.
Yeah, and you know how I feel about that, bro, right? You know how I was told, like, I feel like the media is controlled, like they control it. So like we'll see, let's say good news happens, you see this go down and then it goes up,
Mm-hmm. I see what
right?
you're saying.
So this is why I like charting so much, because at the end of the day, they still look for the best price, right? Everybody's still a salesman. They're trying to look for the best price for basically for this risk to reward ratio is nice and small, and they can make the most money out of it.
Mm. Makes sense.
You know what I mean,
Mm.
but definitely, if I definitely see Nokia going up. Even it doesn't reach the zone, right? Definitely, I could definitely see it reach this zone at the bottom and still the 100. At the end of the day, right? This is the numbers game. Um, and so this is just basically little zones that you can either basically buy more and lower it more, and then over here even again lower your lower average down basically, and just wait for it to come back up.
That's a lot of people need to hear that because I'm sure there's a lot of people that need to average down in Nokia right now.
Yeah, dude. Sometimes you got to do it, right? But at the end of the day, you're always taking nice risks to reward. It depends the type of trader that you are, right? If you're a long-term trader, it's always good to average down, especially when you see it just rebounding off these numbers and stuff.
Yeah, but even there's some emotional decision making to that as well too, because you're also still betting that
Yes,
you're making the right decision.
yes, that's another thing too.
And Nokia's looking good, man. Everything that I've been
But
saying,
yeah,
it's all
but-
making sense. It just needs to hold. Let me see. Let me see what their institutional, how much institutions are holding in.
oh, you got a website for that?
TD tells you.
Okay, okay, yeah.
I mean, I don't know.
But I think TD only tells you how many
I
are
don't know.
holding it through their broker, right? Is that how it works? For
No,
every
I thought
broker.
it was just. I thought it was just the percentage held by institutions. This is a small
I
percentage.
could be wrong, right? I could be
I
wrong,
mean, both could be
but
wrong.
it
But the thing is, why would an institution hold on TD?
right. That's still legit, technically.
True, that's true. This is a small percentage anyway. 4.24 held by institutions. That's crazy.
Institutional hold. Yeah, yeah. I could be in TD bro too. Like of every actually, I don't even know how to make sense of that data too. What would 4.2 really mean?
4.2%.
Yeah, like percent of what? Of all the holders in TD or all the holders
All the holders.
that I like.
Yeah, it's not detailed enough. It's not breaking that down. I'm assuming it's
Yeah.
everybody, but I can't assume that. The statistics you can break down statistics a million
Yeah,
different
it's
ways.
probably like all the people that have to report it. You know what I mean? You know how there's some big people that report their trades.
Yeah, if they stay underneath a certain threshold.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm expecting Q2, man. Q2 is supposed to be a big time. I feel like it's gonna be not a big time, but maybe all the gains that were lost recently are gonna come back.
Oh yes, bro.
Like Q2, and then maybe
I
Q3.
think so.
Q3 will be like the real profit. Whoever held out,
Mm-hmm.
they'll win on
But
that Q3.
remember what I was telling you about the Q when something retraces 100%, right? So let's say if this is a 100% move, whatever that shit went up all the way to 11 something dollars. Look how slow, bro. This when this goes up to that price, it's gonna go nice and slow. It's gonna take its time to rise back up, but this price is it's getting held so good that I can see it rising back up. It's just gonna take some time.
Yeah, I'm thinking 2022 before it gets up anywhere near that.
Yeah, or we might see some spikes, and
Yeah,
definitely, I always say when you see profits, take some profit out,
yeah,
buy it again,
yeah.
secure profits, buy it again when you see the drop down.
That's what I've been liking to do recently. You gotta do it though. You gotta. I feel like you have to make that decision. Like, what you're gonna buy in and what you're gonna sell at. At least for me.
I said again, you
That
cut off there.
For me, I feel like you have to establish where you want to sell and where you want to buy. You know.
Yes, right, and that's how kind of like these points will kind of help you out. So these kind of points will tell you, okay, is this a good time to buy or not? Look at this right here. This is a perfect double bottom, bro.
It's like the hour chart.
So it's like a double bottom. Like look at all the confluence. First, we're adding a 4 hour supporting resistance. So we know there's a supporting resistance around here. Now we're adding a 38.2% also, and you're adding an extra candlestick analysis. That's a double bottom. So let's say like now you go to a lower even lower. Let's say when this double bottom formed, this was the confirmation, right? You buy in basically as soon as this closes. For the next day. So this would have been a trade, bro, that you would have been on top of it, kind of like for as the day is ending. Like so when this basically when this closed right there, this is your buy right there.
Take it in and ride it up.
Oh yeah.
And that's in that zone.
Or we risk whatever's there.
That sweet spot.
Look at this. Oh my gosh. That's already a 3.3 risk to reward.
That sweet spot.
So that's crazy. So let's say if you would have risked $200, you just would have made 600 right here.
Trading not stocks. Bobby, come on. Not stocks.
What was that?
I said not trading stocks.
Yeah, for stocks, but you just have to put a big amount, right? Because let's say if you want to buy like $4.73 for this $4, like for this 10 cents to be worth $200, like how much you want to buy? Like 25 bands, something like that.
200 is 2% of 10,000.
Damn. So that makes no sense. How? So how I would have had? So I would have had to sacrifice. But for me to buy in, I would have need like $20,000.
Yeah, that was the first number.
The what?
That was the first number.
Oh, bro, you know what this is? And when I get this kind of, this is the leverage. This is the different leverage that you have, right, in stocks that I have compared to Forex.
Got it.
This is why I get it confused.
Okay.
right? They leverage me so much, bro, right? The leverage on Forex and stuff is so much different that I don't need that much money to put in. I mean, so let's say my whole account, I'm only gonna be willing to sacrifice uh $200. Even in stocks, they do leverage, right? Because you could do it on margin. You don't need the whole amount because they'll lend it to you, and you just stop your loss before it starts to affect your whole account. That's what you ever see, like you're trading, you're leveraging on your margin. That's what that is. And that's how you're able to make money, but you're able to make money with proper risk to reward ratio. Because let's say you needed $20,000, right? So let's say if you have a 50 a 50 to 1, right? So they match you every 50 to 1. So you have to put at least what, $10,000 on a $20,000 account, on a $20,000 bet, or you know what I mean, a $20,000 play. And as soon as you reach $200, you get out this trade. Because now it's starting to risk your 2% of your $10,000. So that's lit right there, bro.
Yeah.
That's so lit. And this is really proper risk management on a $10,000 account. $200 on $10,000. That's nothing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And you're trying to make 600 real quick. And this would have been in 2 days.
2 days, 10 bands. Yeah. I mean,
and early in the morning in 2 days, bro. By 9 a.m., you would have been out.
Yeah.
And let's say if you want to be riskier, let's say if you want to try to put 10% down of your account. You know what I mean? That's $1,000. That would have been a quick, you know what I mean, $2,000.
Yeah, now that.
Or 3,000. That's $3,000.
Now that sounds. I mean, even though, but
because that's 3 to 1 ratio.
That scares me is the margin part. I'm not a big margin fan.
And that's the thing, bro. But if it's for people who let their play just run out right now, when you have proper risk management, right? Let's say if you open on a margin and you say, okay, I am only willing to lose $200 on this play, right? As soon as I'm down $200, I close this trade. So my margin never reaches down. So let's say if this keeps on going down, now you lost. Let's say now you lost, for example, like let's just do an example, right? Because let's say if you have $10,000, and even though, right, this is basically never gonna happen, right? This just shoots down, and now you lose $12,000. Right, so you just lost your $10,000 and you're negative $2,000. Right, and that's for people who don't put proper stop losses, who are not, you know what I mean. This is what they're willing to risk, and this happens in Forex a lot. Where people just go and blow their whole account because they'll do dumb things like this. Oh, them dudes are smart though, bro. Because it's called margin calls. I don't know if you ever heard of that.
Yeah.
So when they do a margin call on you, they close out your order. They themselves.
Follow me on Instagram at shaddaipenamgmt.